I'm gonna go ahead and record this. Wow. Okay. We've got a great group here, and I'm super, super excited to help you learn how to actually create a cash infusion in your business before here. So for those of you that are looking for how do I actually create cash on quickly before the end of the year without feeling like I've got to do this major big launch, or I've got to do all of these other things, this is going to be for you. Now, one of the things that I want to share about the strategy that I'm teaching is this is a short-term strategy. This is not the same strategy that you are going to use to build and grow your business to a sustainable and a profitable six-figure business. Okay? Why? Because this is short term. This is, I want to create cash on demand every time I need it. But if you're only working from your warm audience or your hot audience, which is really what we do when we create a cash infusion, I'm going to share what the difference is. Then what that means is you're not doing what it is that you need to do to actually attract clients into your ecosystem on a regular basis, nurture them, and then invite them to work with you. So the reason why this is a short-term strategy is because strangers in your world or cold leads in your world are not ready to buy. They're not ready to buy. Okay. So this is not a tactic or a strategy that we're using for cold leads. Okay. This is only a strategy that we use for people that already exist in our world and have an experience of know, like, trust with us. Okay, so that should feel really, really good. You don't need to drag any strangers across the finish line. Okay. If that feels good to you, raise your hand. Yeah, no dragging anybody across the finish line. No trying to like convince or persuade somebody that they have to work with you. We're not going to do that. All right. Welcome, Bonnie. I'm so glad to see you. So there are multiple ways that we get to do this. And so I'm going to share with you, we're going to talk about 3 different offers that you can create. So by the time you leave today, you are going to have a specific strategy that you can walk away with and create income in the next week, definitely before the end of the year. Okay. In order to do that, we need to know what it is that you're going to offer and what is it going to be priced at and where to actually find your clients, right? Yeah, so that's what you're going to walk away with today. So that my intention for you is to know how you can implement this strategy within the next week. Now, the other thing that I am going to share with you is that in January, for those of you that want who want very specific support on how to actually do this consistently over a period of 30 days, I am going to be opening up enrollment into Cash Flow Accelerator only for the next 48 hours. So this is a very short period of time that you can join me inside of Cash Flow Accelerator. We start January 8th. All of you that are inside of Activate Abundance, you get that for free. So you don't need to worry about that. Okay. You absolutely get that. But for those of you who are like, you know what, I really want support on doing this over and over and over again, and know, like, I've got questions, like my client said this and I'm not sure what to do, or I'm not sure if this is priced right, or I'm not sure if this is really where my ideal client is, then you want to join us inside of the Cash Flow Accelerator. Again, that's going to start January 8th, and I will share more about that later. But first, I want to share with you that the way that we're going to talk, and let me share my I want to share my screen on the cash flow strategies. Okay. Can everybody see 3 cash flow strategies? Yeah. Okay. We want to choose one of these strategies. We're not going to pull all 3 of them. We're going to choose one of these strategies. So the first thing that I want you to get really, really clear on is, how much money do you want to make by the end of the year? How much money do you want to make by the end of the year? Go ahead and pop in the chat for me. I want to know, how much money would you like to make before the end of the year ends? Because that is going to determine what type of offer you create. Okay, so go ahead and just pop in the chat. 5,000 says Bridget. Amazing. Good. Pop in the chat. How much money do you want to make by the end of the year? 5,000 says Bonnie. 2,000 says Melissa. Amazing. 5,000. You guys are amazing. Woo. Yes. Christina. 1,000. Heather. 5,000. Okay, great. 5,000. Charlene. At first I thought that said 500,000, and I'm like, Great. Brianna, 1,000. Melanie, 5,000. Okay, beautiful. Fantastic. Now that you know the amount of money that you want to bring in, I want you to put that to the side. Okay, now we're going to take a look, and that says 1200. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to take a look at the strategies. Now you are going to pick from one of these three strategies. One strategy is to take a look at and create an easy yes offer. And what we're doing is we're taking a look at what do we have already in our wheelhouse that we can put together to make an easy yes offer. And an easy yes offer means that we're going to give amazing value, crazy price. It's going to be easily accessible for your client, and it's going to provide a very specific result. And it's priced around $500. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. One of the examples that I've done in the past to create cash on demand is, and by the way, I'm also going to take a look at what is something that I want to deliver, right? So we're coming at this from, this is just a pre-given. What you're offering here is something that would also light you up, right? We're not going to just do it just for the sake of making money. We want to actually offer something that you love to do, that you love to help somebody get value around. Okay. So for example, one of the things that I love to run is the soul of your brand. It's actually inside of Activate Abundance and Six Figure Foundations. It's a full entire VIP day where we get really, really clear about what is it specific about you that attracts your ideal client to you. The value for that is well over $1,200. As a matter of fact, if you want to join it, that's going to be the investment. It includes a recording of the entire VIP Soul of Your Brand. It includes the brand archetypes, includes the quiz, it includes a guide, and the first 5 actually get a 30-minute session with me to go over their results. So I'm not offering this to you right now. I'm just giving you an example of this, of what this looks like. I do not have any offers for Soul of Your Brand right now. I am not selling you that. I'm not making a pitch on this. Okay, I'm just giving you what that looks like. So the value is well over $1,200, but the investment for somebody to have access to this is only $497. Okay, so when we price this, we want to make sure that our energy around the price is like, this is a ridiculous offer. Like, this is an amazing offer. This is the amount of value that you're getting, and these are the results that you're going to walk away with me. And you can absolutely get behind that price, right? You're not in your head of, oh no, is anybody going to pay for that? This is, you know what, this is a hell yes price. And if you want it, let's go. And if you don't want it, that's okay too. Next. Okay. The second type of offer that we're going to look at is an irresistible offer priced at $1,000. So notice that we're going a little bit more. And look, the difference in price is determined by the level of support that they get from you. So it's determined by the amount of access that they have to you. Okay. Heather says I'm open to 7,000. Okay, sorry, guys. I just saw a chat and I want to make sure I wasn't missing any questions. So think about your irresistible offer priced at around $1,000. How could you give mega value? And it's perfect for people who want the next level of opportunity to work with you. Okay. This might not be something that you offer regularly, right? So for those of you that are coaches in the coaching world that have 90-day programs, this might be something that you actually have as like a secret offer, right? This is actually something that I've used before where I've offered people to work with me in a one-on-one container. It was called the 30-day one-to-one abundance package. Now, in order to work with me, the regular value is $2,500 a month in a one-on-one container. Okay, but for a very short period of time, I offered the 30-day one-on-one abundance package. It came with 2 one-hour sessions with me, plus 30 days of private Voxer access support, and it was only $1,000. I sold 5 of those within 24 hours. Why? Because it is an amazing value, and it was perfect for people who wanted a next level opportunity to have my eyes and my ears in a one-on-one container. Okay, so if you're already in the coaching world, or if you're already in the holistic practitioner world, and you already have a longer term offer, what you can do is take a look at that, and you can offer it for a very short period of time to a certain number of people at a lower price. Now, this is not about sacrificing value or undercutting or undercharging, because this is not a regular offer. This is something that you only are going to offer every once in a while, if and when you want to. Okay. So when I offered this, I think it was gosh, maybe last spring. And I had time on my calendar. And I was like, I've got time. I could take 5 one-on-one clients for 30 days. This would actually be really fun. And so I personally messaged people. And by the way, we're going to talk about where to find your clients next. But I just sent personal messages out. And I actually sent 7 personal messages out and said, hey, just want to let you know, I'm doing this neat thing. It's brand new. It's not offered to everybody. It's, only to specific people that I would love to create this invitation to. And out of 7, 5 jumped on really, really quickly. Okay, so that was $5,000 in 24 hours. Who would like to make $5,000 in 24 hours? Okay, you can. The third one is an exclusive and a limited time offer. So we're going to price this around $2,000, $3,000. Okay. This is a very limited offer for a certain number of clients for a certain period of time. Now, I actually like to combine the exclusive and limited offer with the irresistible offer when I do that, right? So for example, I said that for my irresistible offer, it had a limited offer. It was only for 5 people. I was only taking 5 people. And I really only took 5 people. I wasn't just saying that to make a sale. That legit was the only amount of time that I had available on my calendar, and I only had 5 spots open. Okay, so an exclusive and limited offer is going to be limited for a certain number of clients or for a certain limited time. You guys have seen this all the time. Black Friday specials, right? Amazing deal, amazing offer, certain period of time. So for example, one of the things that I've done is the next 2 people who booked a VIP day for me in August, they could have the experience for only $2,000 versus $5,000. Okay, so it's something that I already do. I already have VIP days. The regular price for a VIP day actually is $10,000 now, but at that time when I wrote this, it was $5,000. So what I would do is I would think about, who in my world who is already even working with me or who's expressed interest working with me would want to have this full day experience with me for only $2,000. Okay. Or it could look something like a 1-day only flash sale, right? So one of the things that I did is I have a Launch Well program. It's called Launch Well on Demand. It's an entire done for you 6-week wellness program, all of the marketing, all of the templates, everything. We sell that typically for $2,000. Plus, we opened up enrollment for 6-figure foundations, which was $4,000, and we bundled it. So bundles are also really great ways that you can create cash quickly because you already have them done, right? So imagine getting an entire 6-week program done for you, plus the support that comes with it, and an entire 12-week program for only $3,000. So the value was what? 4 + 2 is 6, 50% off, right? So it was 1 day only, limited time offer, right? If someone's going to order these separately, you can go to my website and you can absolutely see 6-figure foundations is priced at $3,997. Launch Well on Demand is actually more than that now. It's $2,222. So what are we doing? We're taking a look at what do we have in our ecosystem, in our world now, in our wheelhouse right now that we could put together and then think about, and we're going to talk about this next. Think about who would this serve? Who would this serve? Who might be a really good fit for it? Right? All right, let me stop the share for just a minute. Any questions so far about those 3 offers? I want to see you. I want to answer any questions that you might have about these 3 offers. Yeah, Melanie.
The second one, the irresistible offer,
Mhm.
would that be a good one to sort of round back with one of your old clients and
Mhm.
say, hey, I'm not sure how you're doing. We haven't talked in a while. I have this great offer that I'm reaching out to people who I already worked with, kind of thing.
Absolutely. We're going to definitely dive into. So all of these offers, and let me just, since Melanie is asking this question, what we're taking a look at, any of these offers can fall into multiple categories. So what you're talking about is actually like a renewal campaign or a resale campaign. Okay, so a resale campaign would be serving somebody who's already in your world at a next level. Okay. So maybe they're in a group program and you want to offer them additional one-on-one support. You could package that one-on-one support, and that would be like with that mid-tier offer or the number 2 offer that Melanie was asking me about. Right. So yeah, that would be perfect. Right. They're already in a program with you. They're already working with you. They already have an experience of know, like, and trust with you. And you're just giving them an offer to work with you in a different package, in a different container, to help them accelerate the result that they want. So this is really, really important, you guys. We want to make sure that we're really clear about the result that they get by having this experience with us too. Okay. Remember, this is not trying to take a stranger into a buyer. Okay. Strangers don't buy. This is about who do we have in our ecosystem right now, and what could we offer to help them collapse the timeline even quicker to get their results. Okay. Another way, many of you have group programs, right? You could actually offer an add-on. Maybe it would be a VIP add-on, right? So maybe you have a 6-week program that's all group. Well, you could actually create a VIP add-on for, a certain number of people, right? 5 people at a certain dollar amount. They can add VIP. What would that look like? Why would they want it? Well, they would have access to you, daily via Voxer, access to you via email. How many one-on-one support calls would that look like? Right? So that's another way. So those are resell campaigns. Renewal campaigns are also really great. So who do you know in your world right now who might be coming up for renewal in your program, whether it's group or whether it's one-on-one? You can actually offer them a discount for renewing, right? At the 2023 rate before the prices are increased. So that's another way to create cash. They might not yet be finished. That's okay. We know that they love you. We know that you want to serve them. You can offer them to continue to work with you in another offer for their next step and to renew. Another campaign is a holiday campaign, right? You guys see these all the time. Black Friday, Small Business Sunday, Christmas, 12 days of Christmas, right? You could have, and again, when I'm talking about a holiday campaign, we're talking about the exclusive and the time limited offer, right? Could be an irresistible offer, but we would make sure that that is combined with a very limited time, right? And it would be around some sort of holiday, right? July 4th, Christmas, New Year's, end of year, something like that. So it could be a very special holiday campaign. And then the last one that I want to talk about today is actually a previous leads campaign. So these are people who have already been in your world. You might have already had a conversation with them in the past and they weren't ready yet. That's okay. We want to circle back around to the people that we've had those conversations with. Okay. So that you can say, hey, I know last spring you were really interested in, just so that you know, I wanted to let you know I've got 5 spots open for this, you're going to call it a certain package. And I wanted you to be one of the first to know, so that if this is something that you feel like would support you now, I would love to help you with that. Okay. So again, notice that we're not trying to convince or persuade anybody that they have to have you, because they're already in your world and they're already looking for a solution because they're in your world already, right? They've actually already worked with you in the past, or maybe they've been in your world. Maybe they've bought something small before, right? And now you can reach out to them, because people who purchase something with you are 30% more likely to continue to work with you, even if it's something as small as like $7. Okay. And many of you who are working with current clients right now, if you're not inviting them to continue to work with you, you are leaving 30% of income on the table. You're leaving a huge chunk of money on the table. And look, I know this isn't all about money, but here's the thing. You don't necessarily, in order to have an amazing business, yes, we want to bring new people into our ecosystem, but if 30% of the people that you're working with want to continue to work with you and you don't offer them to continue to working with you, they're missing out on the support that you can give them, and you're missing out on income generation in your business that actually keeps you from having to constantly just be in client acquisition. Does that make sense when I'm talking about client acquisition? Is everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Yeah, client acquisition would be stranger, got to get new clients all the time, right? time for money, new clients, new clients, new clients, new clients. Well, if you're working on retaining the clients and you're giving them amazing value and you're giving them a reason to continue to work with you in one of these time limited offers at an amazing value, then you're creating a win for both of you. You're supporting them to have a next level experience, and you're supporting you, and you're creating cash in your business. Okay. What kind of questions are popping up today around this? I would really, really love to support you so that you know, first of all, I want you to think about whatever your price was that you wanted to create. I want you to think about which one of those 3 offers, I'll share my screen again, which one of these 3 are you going to create an offer around? An easy yes offer, an irresistible offer priced around 1,000, or an exclusive and limited offer priced around 2,000 to 3,000. Heather has a really good question. So Jess is going with number 1. Amazing. So the reason why I want you to pick 1 is because I want you to be focused completely for the next week. Okay. I don't want you to be confused about, well, I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. I really want you to pick 1, Heather. So yeah, pick 1, go all in for the next week. Okay. And if you do that, then the next week you could actually pick another one if you wanted to, right? But one at a time, pick one at a time, because that one at a time is going to allow you to focus on who would be the best fit for that. And you can reach out to them. Okay. Then on the call, of course, or in conversation, right? Look, this doesn't even have to be a sales call. This could simply be a DM. It could be an email. It could be a text. This is not a long drawn out anything. This is very, very easy. Okay, Josh says, what if my only product is a $200 course? Price is going up in January due to added content and already a crazy value. Oh, heck yeah, Josh. Oh my gosh, for sure. Yeah. So let me just stop the share for a minute so I can see you guys. So Josh, if your price right now is at 200, I would take a look at doing like a VIP offer on that. Do you have people who already joined it at the $200 level that you would like to actually create another or a next level experience? So maybe you could say, you know what, you're in this course, right? And for those of you, for the next 3 people or the next 5 people that actually want one-on-one support, so that Josh, you can absolutely help them with the readings that they're getting, with the information that they're getting. You can help them uncover what that means and actually help them collapse the timeline a lot quicker than what they would actually get in a $200 course. I would do something like that. Does that make sense?
Was on mute there. Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
makes sense. I've got a few that have come in at the 200 price, and then a bunch more that are kind of the freebie tire kickers that I'm just they get chapter 1 kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely reach out to the people who came in at 200 and say, hey, just wanted to let you know. And look, I like opening up with this. I don't know if this is a good fit for you or not, but I don't know if this is a good fit for you or not, but I created this thing that I think would be super helpful for you. It's brand new. I'm only opening it up to a select few people that I really want to work with. Because you've invested in the course, I wanted to reach out to you first. And I wanted to see if this is something that might support you in collapsing the timeline so that you can actually have this opportunity to work with me one-on-one for the next 30 days or whatever, so that I can actually support you to create the result that they want to create, Josh. And I'm so sorry I don't have more better words for you on that because I don't know what the end result is that they get. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's
But
okay.
you get the deal, right? You
No
get the
worries. Yeah.
gist of what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah. And look, some people are going to say yes and some people are going to say no. Some people might be like, oh, I didn't even know that was possible. Really? I get to have one-on-one sessions with Josh where I'm going to like do the remote viewing and then he's going to actually help me, up level those intuitive skills even more. Amazing.
Yeah, cool. I like that. I've been considering offering more like one-on-one stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So good
Yeah.
good kick in the butt for me to get that going.
Yeah. Yeah. And remember, the value of one-on-one is that they're collapsing the timeline. They're collapsing the timeline. They're getting the results quicker with your one-on-one support. Okay. Why? Because they have you, because you're going to help them, with any questions or challenges that they bump up against. So the value of having you, whether it's one-on-one every week or whether it's even Voxer access, this is another thing that you might want to do, Josh. Just, I'm throwing it out there for those of you that run group programs. You could actually offer a VIP access to Voxer. Voxer is a voice app where they could actually Voxer you personally and directly anytime they need support. So that comes with a price tag, right? Why? Because it's access to you. So you could say for the duration of the course, you can, upgrade to the one-on-one support, and you either, you can just do Voxer access directly or a combination of one-on-one support and the Voxer access. Holy cow, having Josh in your pocket, right? Anytime you're doing a exercise and you're unsure, you can Voxer me anytime, and then we'll hop on a one-on-one call.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look into that one too.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Was there another question? Let me just open the chat real quickly. Heather, yeah, no, you don't need social media or email sharing of this offer unless you want to. Right? So again, you want to make a list, like a love list. And really that's what I do. I'm like, okay, this is the offer. Who would I absolutely adore working with? Who would this be a really good fit? Who do I know who's been in my world for a while that maybe hasn't said yes yet, who I think that this would be a good fit, or who's a client that, would want some extra support. So for those of you that are doing, again, either group programs or even one-on-one, that comes with, you could do a half day VIP day with somebody, right? So what would it look like for somebody to have 3 full hours of your time? So that, again, why? To collapse the timeline, because when somebody has one-on-one access to you, it actually makes it more effective for them to walk away with the results. Yeah, Melanie, these can be whatever you want. They could be one-on-one, or you could create a 4-week course workshop series for the EZS. Absolutely. For sure. Yeah, whatever you decide. Typically, a 4-week course or workshop for an EZS is going to be priced more around the $497 rate. Okay, but then you could also, if you wanted to say, and for those of you that want one-on-one support with me during this time, you can upgrade for this amount, and that would come with these extra one-on-one sessions and Voxer access or whatever it is that you want to include in there. Yeah. Cool. How is this landing for you guys? Who wants support around creating their offer? Andrea, yeah, go ahead and come off mute.
So, hi, how are you?
Hi, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you as well. I have a question about, I don't have any programs right now that I'm running. So I'm coming off from a clear slate. So what would be my #1 program?
Can you tell me about what you've offered in the past and what you have right now?
So what I've offered in the past is about manifestation, clarity, transforming. I did a lot of women in menopause, women in going through transitions, empty nest syndrome, things
Mhm.
like that. And I've done programs on that, but they were many years ago.
Mhm.
So now I need to restart and revamp, and looking to kind of get my niche. Now I don't really have a niche right now.
Okay. It doesn't matter about niche. Do you have ideal client? Do you know who this is going to serve?
Yeah, so my ideal client is a woman or a man, either or,
Mhm.
going through a change in their lives.
Mhm.
Um, that be it retirement,
Mhm.
be it job change, be it moving, be it whatever, and how you can get from one place of being, of doing and accepting this to becoming not happier, but to be able to accept all the changes in your life and to
Mm.
be able to adapt to it.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So what would feel really fun for you? What would feel exciting for you to do to serve this client?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
Fun. would be taking that person to where they are now, be it challenged about where they're going to be. And it would be fun just to take them to their next level,
Mhm.
where they're going to be comfortable at.
Okay, so would that look like a one-on-one session? Would that look like a package of one-on-one sessions?
I think that could be, it could be a 4-week, one-on-one session with Boxer.
Beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
so when you say one-on-one 4 weeks, that means they get one-on-one with you every single week? Is that how that
Yeah.
works for 4 weeks? Okay, beautiful, great. So for sure, pull that together. It could be a 4-week or 30-day where they get one-on-one sessions and Boxer access. And I would actually throw in like a special session on top of that, like a jumpstart session, right? So one
Right.
of the things that we do when we're creating offers, we want to offer something that is also going to help them to create momentum a little bit quicker, right? So you could be like, you know what, and you're gonna get a bonus jumpstart session with me one-on-one. It's gonna be a 1 hour session so we can hear where it is that you are, where do you want to go, what is it that you want to create over the course of the next 4 weeks together, and then we'll dive in. So
Okay.
what would feel good for you to have a price around that?
So I think for 497 is a little, having my time. I don't think, but I think like 999 would be good for me.
Yeah, beautiful, awesome. So absolutely, I think 999 is great. And so you can also think about what would be the normal rate of that. If you weren't offering it as a special, what would be the regular rate?
So that would probably be 999, 970. So that would say that'd be like $2,000. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. There you go. So you can say this is the standard rate for this program is $2,000, but for the next 3 people who decide to take advantage of this, it's only $997.
Okay.
How does that feel?
That feels perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bridget, you have a question.
I do, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about the irresistible offer, and what comes to mind is having the 30-day Voxer support and the 2 calls per month.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about maybe, well, let me say who I work with first, so you can get an understanding. So I work with people that are struggling with stress and overwhelm, and it's manifesting in their physical body as chronic pain, anxiety, insomnia. And I help guide them through what those messages, what those body sensations are telling them to like move in a different direction, or just noticing what they're feeling to help guide them to their next step.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about maybe doing like a wheel of life, like what area of your life right now is maybe your weakest point right now in your life that you want to maybe attract more around that or increase more awareness around that, and having that be the focus for 30 days. And I work with them to guide them based on what their body is communicating to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the
Yeah.
pricing, I mean, I'm thinking the first thing that comes to mind is $997 for the price.
Mm-hmm.
But my current offer, if they were to work with me, it's over 3 months. If they did the monthly installment, is actually less than that $997.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So not sure how I would present it to people at that price if they could pay less, even though
Yeah.
it's a long commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. So typically when people are working with us for a longer period of time, the monthly rate actually does go down. So that's not out of alignment, right? So if
Okay.
someone's working with you, so for example, I'm just going to throw this number out. Someone's working with you for 90 days at $3,000. You also offer them to work with you 6 months at $4,500. Okay, so they're working with you for a longer period of time, so the monthly rate goes down. So that's totally fine. I think what you want to get clear on here, Bridget, is what would make this an irresistible and an easy yes offer for them. So it's not just about, creating an offer. We want to create an offer that is very, very clear on the result that they're going to get and why they would actually want to take advantage of it now. right? And so if it's
Mm.
$9.97, then you also, for example, if they're local, and I know that you're a massage therapist, maybe they get a body work session as well, right? That would be one cool thing. For $9.97, they get the body work session and they get an extra, you know, something, so that you're actually creating this experience for them, right? So when we think about our pricing around 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, we really want to make that an experience for somebody. It's not
Okay.
just by the course, it's actually an experience that they get to have with you. And it's not something that you normally sell, right? So you could say, look, I normally only work with people in a 90-day or a 6-month container. But, you know, for the next week or for the next 3 people who decide that want this level of support before the end of the year, I'm offering it at, you know, a special 2023 rate of this. The standard investment to work with me is $3,000 for a 90-day experience, or $3,500 for a 90-day experience, right? So this is kind of like, again, think of this as like a secret offer that you have, that you pull out when you want to, not because you have to, because it's something that you want to. Right? Like when I pulled out my 30-day offer, I typically don't offer, like people typically cannot work with me in 1-month containers, but I had some time open and I thought it would be fun. So I'm like, okay, let me pull out my secret offer. Who's in my world that I would love to support, that I would just be like so lit up about, and I really want to, you know, kind of help them collapse the timeline here.
Okay.
So I think there's nothing wrong with the price at all. I would just say we want to make sure that we communicate the value.
Okay, I got it.
Does
And
that
then
feel-
for the,
yeah.
that does feel aligned. It makes makes sense, and it's definitely more clarity. So
Mhm.
the people that I'm reaching out to, do you recommend putting in a link for them to buy from the email that I'm sending them, or to get on a clarity call to see if it's right for them, or maybe both?
Yeah, I would say if they're typically at a price of $1,000 or more, it's going to require a call, typically, right? Not always, typically, right? They're going to want to, you know, have a conversation with you about what is, you know, all included. So, but that $1,000 price range could go either way, right? They could be like, yep, I'm all in. Honestly, I don't even send an email. I just reach out and I'm like, hey, Tina, how are you? Just want to let you
Okay.
know. I think that this would really serve you, right? Just want to let you know you are one of the few that I'm reaching out to. I would love to give you the first opportunity to have one of my 3 packages. I love, you know, what it is that you're doing. I'd love to support you, right? Again, it's about service and giving value. So I wouldn't necessarily do this as a blanket email. I would actually think about, I would make a love list. I would think
Mhm.
about who would be such a good fit for this that's already in my world. It might be one of your massage therapy clients right now, Bridget. It might be somebody who you've already had conversation before. It might be somebody who, you know, is kind of in your world, that comes in and out, that maybe responds to some of your stuff. It might be, you know, a friend that you're like, you know what, I just created this new package and I just wanted to tell you about it, right? Who do you know who might be a good fit for this? So yeah, and then so here's the caveat to that. Reach out one-on-one first and let it be a really personal experience. Then if you still have some spots open, then you can open it up to your email list. But you want to
Okay.
be very clear that it's only for a certain number of people and a certain period of time. Right, so this requires, right, irresistible offer, urgency, time sensitive.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Monica. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's so good to see your face.
I know. I've been taking like a family break. So I'm back and I saw this and I was like, this would be perfect. So looking over this for me, and again, this could be me kind of getting in my head a little bit, but I feel like, you know, I've been out of it a little bit, right? So I feel like I'm kind of having to reemerge again. And for me, my heart is in my one-on-one program. So for an example, it's like identity shift. It's 2 months. It's usually 22.
Mhm.
But I'm liking this idea of, you know, as I'm kind of stepping back into doing something like an irresistible offer. And I couldn't, listening to everybody's examples, I'm like, okay, like I could bring that back down. But my question is more like, I'm struggling, and it's funny because I've been in here for like 2 years, but I'm really struggling with like the work, like my messaging. Like I'm struggling with, I have that ideal client, and when I'm doing, I think it's because it can relate to so many. I had an idea the other day that really excited me, that it was like like an identity makeover for the new year, because our self-concept is so important. So it's like,
Yeah.
just something that's like so small can be such an activating shift, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I'm like
Absolutely.
15 minutes and you know, like probably like any of us, you know, I put that out there, was super excited about it. And I have a couple calls, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Mhm.
So I'm like, do I just keep sticking with, and I guess this is maybe even just like advice, it's like sticking with that thing that excites you and just keep talking about it, reaching out, or maybe like that's not a good one. Maybe I need to offer another one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think this
Yeah.
is a pretty
Absolutely. Yeah.
normal
This
thing
is,
we fall into.
yeah, such a good question. Such a good question, Monica. So really what we want to do when we're creating a cash infusion, so remember the intention is we want to create cash quickly, and we
Mhm.
want to create it, you know, in a, you know, typically it's for a short period of time and a certain number of people. And
Mhm.
so this is not necessarily about needing our messaging to be spot on to attract new clients into our ecosystem, because it's not really for the strangers coming into our ecosystem. It is for
Okay.
people who are already in our ecosystem. So they're already in our warm audience somewhere. Maybe they've worked with you in the past. Maybe they're working with you currently and you want to give them an up-leveled experience. Maybe they are in your Facebook group. Maybe they've downloaded a freebie. Maybe they've come to a free workshop or a masterclass and they weren't ready to, you know, go into a higher offer, but they are ready to like work with you in a shorter time period, right? So
Okay.
that is where we're talking about creating a cash infusion, is really where we're looking at a specific type of client that's already in our ecosystem, that we don't need to try to convince that they have a problem. We don't have to try to convince them or drag them across the finish line to buy. Like we already know that they want a solution to their problem. We're giving them an opportunity to have this experience and to actually get it quicker than, you know, in the 2-month program or whatever. So having said
Okay.
that, you're absolutely on the right track with messaging. It's just that that falls into the long-term strategy of building and growing our
Mhm.
audience. So whenever we're creating messaging, we want to make sure that we are clear on the problem that they want solved, right? So
Okay.
this is, and the reason why I'm sharing this now is because this is going to be really important with your whatever offer it is that you create. We want to be clear on
Yeah.
the problem that they are saying that they want solved, not the problem that we think they say that they want solved, right? We do that all the time as coaches. We're like, yeah, so you really need the thing. And they're like, yeah, I need that. And we're like, but you really need it. So we end up trying to convince them that they need this thing. So this is the difference between broccoli and chocolate. We're offering them broccoli and we're like, you really need to eat this broccoli. And they're like, yeah, I don't want it. We need to actually offer the chocolate. And they're like, yeah, that's what I want. And we're still going to give them the broccoli, right? Right? But we want to lead with
Yeah.
what is the problem that they're actually wanting to solve? And then how could you create an experience for them that is different than what your regular offers are, right? But it's still, it could also be a bundle, right? So maybe you've got, for those of you that already have offers, or maybe you have got a series of master classes that you've done, or maybe you've got, you know, several things where you could bundle together and create this amazing, you know, bundle for people, end of year bundle, right? Where you get
Mhm.
a 30-day experience with you one-on-one and they get access to all these other things. So you could kind of bundle some things together that would really
Okay.
support them. And then you're going to reach out specifically to people, you know, in a personal way versus popping it all over social media, right? We want to reach out to
Yeah.
people first,
Okay.
right? I'm thinking about you. I think that this has really served you. I just wanted you to be the first to know, which is true, right? I'm only
Mhm.
taking a certain number of people.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
thinking about who would I absolutely adore working in this type of container with.
Yeah.
So we're not
Perfect.
lying. We're actually absolutely thinking about who would I actually adore having like a half day VIP day with.
Yeah.
right? VIP days are really great too, for those of you who, want to give an up-leveled experience. I know many of my cohorts, colleagues that, maybe they're traveling and they can offer, hey, who wants to have a VIP experience? Meet me in LA, meet me in wherever. So again, it just depends on where you are in your business and what you have. with
Can I
that.
ask you a quick question about that? I was just curious, like, what is something that you would, and is it tailored to someone individually, but like, what is something that in one day that you would go over in like a VIP day?
Yeah. So typically a VIP day is going to be around something specific to your ideal client, right? So for example, when I do VIP days, it's either about strategy, maybe we're planning out their entire 2024. We're getting really clear on ideal client pricing and programs. Like, it just depends on what it is that they need. But we do that in a day versus months, right? So the value of the VIP day is they get you all to themselves. Maybe you include lunch, maybe there's an experience, but they are actually collapsing the timeline because they're spending 3 to 6 hours directly with you to help on this specific problem. Yeah. So it's dependent on the client, right? Another thing, and again, this is just for me and my business, if somebody wants to plan out their nurture event and they're like, I don't really know how to plan out a nurture event. I don't know what to do. I don't know when to start promoting it. Like, awesome. Let's plan it out. Let's spend a half day together. We'll plan it out. We'll reverse engineer everything, make sure that you have your offer. It's priced appropriately. When do you start actually promoting it? What are you promoting it to? What are your assets? How do you create those assets, right? So it's specific to my zone of genius, what I like to do, right? It always gets to come from what it is that you love to do, okay? And how it's going to help somebody collapse the timeline quicker, right? So instead of, taking a couple months to be inside of the portal and plan it on their own and get in their head, we're going to get it together for them in 3 hours. That's the value, right?
Awesome. Thank you.
Is that helpful? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
good,
you.
Good, good. Yeah, you're welcome. Who else wants some support today? So Christina says, good opportunity for me. Yes, you're welcome, Josh, so much. Feel free to reach out anytime, my friend. Christina says, I have 4 women that I see as ideal clients that could fill my 6-week program. Yes, absolutely. Christina, reach out to them right away and just be like, hey, it was so great to meet you. Just want to let you know, I have a couple spots open or a couple spots left for the program, the 6-week. Again, we want to name it something, right? And it's going to start in January. And, if you decide that you want to enroll before December 18th, you can save $100 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, I know we just talked about this earlier today with the whole strategy, which is a great strategy, but like, I don't know why it wasn't like just so obvious to me. I'm like, you had 9 women show up to your event and 4 of them clearly are like ideal clients. And they're also friends of mine. And one I've already worked with in the past, like I've already coached her in the past. So, I mean, approaching them about it and having like a nurturing conversation is very easy. So I'm like, well, I can maybe fill those 5 seats like in the next couple of weeks easily.
Girl, in the next 2 days, I'm sure. Yeah, totally.
Okay,
Weeks, definitely within
days.
7 days. Yes. By the way, Christine is one of my clients, so I can say that to her. She's not going to be offended by me holding your feet to the fire like that. Weeks, no. Yes, I love that. And it feels good and it makes sense. And, it's still, we can keep it, a time sensitive, right? Before you open it up to the public, you wanted to give them the first chance to grab one of the number of spots available.
Perfect.
Right. And they get the friends and family discount.
Yeah, there they go.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's great. Yes, they're the only ones to get that disgustingly low price and then it's going up.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
Amazing. Cool. And if they don't want it, it's okay. There's going to be somebody else that wants it because it's an amazing price. It's an amazing value. Hi, Heather.
I would love some guidance, please. So
Yes, ma'am.
what if we don't exactly know the price point of the individuals we're thinking of is going to be good for? Because I usually have high-end coaching. I recently had a handful of prospects reach out. I ended up creating a 12-week program that was shorter time frame and lower price point per month, but none of them ended up joining it. I don't necessarily know if it was still price or if it was the 2 sessions a week I chose in the time, because when it comes to fitness, it's hard to choose a time that's going to work for everybody, whether they log on live via Zoom or in person. And obviously I do the nutrition lifestyle coaching as well, but as far as the fitness aspect, some people really want to attend a session because they need that accountability, motivation. Other people, they're fine doing it on their own remotely through my app or whatnot. So I'm kind of going back and forth between the irresistible offer and the easy yes offer, because I'm not exactly sure what's going to resonate with some of these people and some past clients and whatnot. Because recently when I have been on calls, people have been like, I love everything you have to offer about your custom programs. It's just, it's a lot more than I planned. And so I'm like,
So this is such a good question. So first, thank you for asking it. The answer to this is you do not need to worry about whether or not they are going to like the price or not. That's not important. What's important is that you like the price and that your energy is behind it 1000%, that this is a damn good deal, right? When I offered somebody to work with me for 30 days for $1,000, you better believe I didn't care if they wanted that price or not. I was definitely not going lower. And you better believe that my energy was 100% behind it, because I normally charge $2,500 a month. So to give them the opportunity to work with me for $1,000 a month was a gift. If they wanted it, amazing. If they didn't want it, amazing. Somebody else would. And that was absolutely the case. So it's about your energy.
Okay. So because in the case of creating a lower price, lower commitment offer, no one ended up taking it, which is fine. But even if one person would have taken it, it wouldn't have been worth my time. And that's the hard part, is I can't just have 1 or 2 people. In order to make it low price, I need enough people in that program at the same time.
Then you need to create a different experience, Heather. So what you want to do is take a look at how could you create an experience for somebody that you could charge at a certain amount and not have it just be, you know, this group at a low price, right? So if you were to create an irresistible offer for $1,000, what would be in that maybe the standard investment is maybe $2,000 or $300 for it, but that you're offering it to them for $1,000. That's the way that we want to look at it. We're putting together a program, a package, an experience for people that the standard investment is way, way higher than what you're offering it at. And you're offering it for a very short period of time to a very few number of people.
Okay. So then the other option was the one you had mentioned a while ago to me, is because normally my programs are 6 months and it's anywhere from $500 to $1,100 a month for 6 months. So I was thinking of the 1 month offer where those that are afraid of commitment can work with me for a month and they can choose fitness, nutrition, or lifestyle, one only.
Yes.
But the thing is, I'll actually give them 5 weeks, because most of the work, there's a lot of work in that first week to get things ready, because I have to get all this client information. I have to do assessments and everything.
Yep.
So I can offer one of those. But the thing is, I guess I just want to make sure I get people to take advantage of it, because a lot of people recently have been like,
you can't go into it that way though. You can't have that mindset that you have to make sure that people are going to take advantage of it, because guess what? You can't control that.
Right.
You can't.
Well, that's why I'm trying to create something that people would, no matter what, be like, oh my God, I gotta have it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, again, and this is where's our energy here, right? So this is kind of like the mindset component of selling, how to think to sell, so that we are 100%, 1000% behind the offer that we're making. And we know it is a crazy ass deal. And if they take advantage of it, they're the winners. And if they don't, it's really okay. But we're not attached to the outcome. And right now, Heather, you're really attached to the outcome of making sure that people say yes. And that energy is actually not going to be beneficial and actually helping them say yes, because it feels, oh my God, I got to get people to say yes, right? So when we're in that energy, it's scarcity energy. It's not actually coming from a place of service. It's actually, I got to close the deal and I got to create the cash now. So I'm not saying that we don't want to create cash. We do. It's just that we want to come from a place of, this is a ridiculous, amazing value here. And I want to share it with you because I know it's going to support you in getting results. If you want this, amazing. If you don't want this, amazing. Somebody else will. That's the mindset that I want you to be in. Not, I got to close the deal and I got to make sure that I have something that everybody's going to say yes to, because we can't possibly know that until we offer it. And it's not our job to convince them that they need it. It's our job to offer. It's our job to open the door. It's their job to say yes. So we don't ever want to get into the energy of trying to make sure that this is an absolute 100% fit for them and they get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I hear you. And I love the one, I still love the 1 month. They get to choose this, that,
So
or
the
the
thing
other.
is, they're not going to get amazing results in 1 month. Changing lifetime habits of behavior, fitness, and nutrition, it takes time. So that's the thing, is you're saying it's going to be a great value. It's a great value in the sense they get to try me out in my coaching style for a month. But to be honest, most people, if you're going to see results in 1 month, you're doing something that's quick fix, you're not going to sustain it. And that's not how I coach. I coach long-term change.
Mhm.
So that's the thing, is like,
Well,
how do you recommend
Heather,
I change?
this is a feeder. This is a feed for you though. When we're offering a short period of time, we are not able, and you just be fully transparent, they are still going to get amazing value by working with you one-on-one for a month. You can't tell me that someone is not going to
Oh,
move
yeah,
the
they'll
needle
learn a
forward
lot.
by working with you one-on-one for a month. I guarantee you, by working with you for one-on-one for a month in either fitness or nutrition or lifestyle, I guarantee you they're getting amazing value from it. Is it going to solve the whole shebang? No, but that's not what it's meant to. If they want to solve the whole shebang, they work with you for 6 months. That's not what this offer is for.
Okay. So when
Right?
sharing, should I talk about how it's an opportunity for them to get to see the coaching style and to learn a lot initially, because that's
No,
what they
that's
will.
not
They'll
what
learn
they
a lot,
want.
but it's up to them.
That's not what they want. They want to collapse. This is for somebody who wants to collapse the timeline. And I'm not saying that you have to teach them anything wonky or out of integrity for you. It is an opportunity for them to have you to themselves for a month. And we're going to start with a jumpstart call. And then we're going to have one-on-one support every single week or 2 times a week. And then there's going to be Voxer access. So if you get stuck, and it is going to support you to take a deep dive into either fitness or nutrition or lifestyle. It is for that person who, and you're going to share it with them. It is it is perfect for the person who wants to go all in with me and have unparalleled support and accountability for 30 days. Right? That's the value of that. Now, if they're ready for 6 months because they want long-term support, amazing. They could say, you know what, that sounds amazing, but I really want you longer. Fantastic. Come join me inside the 6-month program for sure.
Yeah. Cheaper. Long term, obviously.
Yeah. So you could tell them that if they're like, you know what, but again, we're coming at it from the knowledge that you're saying people don't want to invest in that longer period of time. So you're creating something that is meeting their need, which is a shorter period of time. That's
Okay.
what they want. They want access to you in a shorter period of time.
Okay. I guess for me, I just had to get out of the mindset of, I know it takes longer than 1 month for people to see results, because you're changing behaviors and habits, and that can't happen overnight. So I guess that's where I was stuck.
And I'm going to play devil's advocate just for a minute with that. It doesn't take longer than 1 month to create results. It does not take longer than 1 month to create
not results. You
That's
can create
it.
anything.
Yes, exactly. That's what we're offering.
People are expecting, like, in my industry, people are like, I want to lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. And it's like, you know, and I'm always having to be honest with people and say, it's in order to do it right and to maintain it, it's not going to take, you know,
yes, exactly.
so
But
weeks
remember, these are 2 different clients. The person who wants to lose 50 pounds is going to work with you for 6 months. The person who wants to work with you for a month is not going to do that. And we're not going to tell them that they're going to do that. But they are going to move the needle forward a hell of a lot quicker by having your one-on-one support in this 30-day container than if they did nothing.
Okay. Yeah, because it's more about awareness then.
Right. It's about having your support and accountability, right? Again, that's what creates transformation, is having your heart, your brain, your support with them every step of the way, where they tend to take themselves out of the game.
Okay.
Right. So how would it make a difference for them to move the needle forward even 1% versus doing nothing? They're not going to work with you for 6 months because you already said they're not ready to do that. Great. Well, what would it look like to have support with you for 30 days? Right. And then you're only taking that for a short period of time.
Okay,
Yeah. And
great.
yes. And Melanie's right. Then once they have that experience, if they want to work on all 3 of them, they could work with you for a longer period of time.
Okay, great. Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah.
I always get stuck on the wrong stuff because I'm so type A detail oriented and I can't help but look at details.
It's okay. Yeah, no, that's what I'm here for. I'm happy to just, shed a little light on that. It's where we're, we just want to be really clear around who it's for, right? It's not for that type of program that we're talking about creating for you is not for the person who wants to lose 50 pounds and wants to get a handle on fitness and nutrition and lifestyle, all of it. It is specifically for, and what you're doing is you're responding to a problem that you've heard, right? And this is for everybody. We're responding to a problem that we're hearing our ideal clients say. One problem is, I don't want to do the entire thing for 6 months. I would love to work with you, but I don't want to do it for 6 months. Okay, great. Here you have something that's going to solve the problem. They still get your support. They still get to work on one of the 3 things that are the most important for them so that we can move the needle forward a little bit. Then if they want more, they can, invest in a longer period of time.
And do you have any opinion on the whole $997, $999 versus saying 1,000? I hear so many different concepts around that.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like the 997. I like ending it on a 7. Yeah. But you tune into what feels good to you. If it doesn't feel good to you, then do what feels good to you. Really, it's about your energy more than and a certain strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Jess. Okay, she said she finds she either wants to offer too much or want to create a total transformation. Yes, so honing in on what they want for results in a shorter timeline is a good reminder. Yeah, absolutely, Jess. So how do we, we can't solve everything in a month, right? We can't solve everything in one day, but what we can do is definitely collapse the timeline in 3 hours or 6 hours, right? If someone has a VIP day with me, I can't help them to create a 6-figure business in one day. Right? Like it's impossible unless they sold one 6-figure offer. Amazing, right? But what I can do is collapse the timeline for what are they going to offer? What is their strategy? How are they going to go about it in a shorter period of time so they don't have to wait, right? 3 months in order to figure all of that out. Yeah. So can you see what we're trying to do here? We're giving them an amazing experience and we're giving them results and we're solving a specific problem. Right. Yeah, Melanie. Oh, I can't hear you, honey.
Sorry. Similar to Christina, I just held a workshop with a bunch of ladies. But that workshop it sort of sparked my idea for this 4-part series workshop that I actually would prefer to do online because I want to open it up to other people that like were up just on my retreats and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but all of these people that have been on my retreats and in the workshops have done the first thing of the session. Not to say they can't do another one. So it's like, I'm calling it Vision Quest, and it's creating kind of your future self. And then the next 3 weeks after that were other different workshops that kind of ladder up to making it happen for them. So because of the ones that'll think, oh, well, I'm going to pay for a workshop that I already did. Should I offer something for those that have already done it? Should I offer like a one-on-one session? Or
so are they saying that to you or is that just a thought in your head?
no, that's just my brain.
Okay. Yeah. So we just want to be clear. Is that really a fact? Are they really saying that? Are we solving for the right problem? Or are we just creating a problem that doesn't exist?
I'm creating a problem, I suppose.
Awesome. Yeah. So I would say you just did this great workshop. Now you get to just reach out to them individually and invite them. Because
Okay.
here's the truth. Whenever we're in any type of program, learning everything, by the way, you guys are going to take away about 10% of what I'm teaching you here today. So if you were to go through this exact same workshop again, you would absolutely be getting more value out of it for sure. So just because somebody's gone through something once doesn't mean that they're getting all of the value out of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's my mindset around it. And that feels a whole hell of a lot better than, oh, who's going to come see this again? They've already heard it.
Yeah.
Well, I know that repetition builds belief and repetition is how we learn.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's actually only in their benefit to go through that again.
Yeah, because it will be a different experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're a different person and they're a different person,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the group is different and the questions are going to be different. So it's going to be a completely different experience.
Yeah.
It's not really the same thing. Our brain is just telling us that it is.
Right. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bonnie, Brianna, Naomi, Agnes, Annette, Antoinette, you guys have any questions? Can I support you today? I'm here for you. You've got me. Take advantage. No, you guys are good. Awesome. What are you going to offer in the next week to 30 days to create a cash infusion? Go ahead and pop in the chat for me. Let me know. What are you guys going to offer? Nobody's going to offer anything? I don't see anything in the chat. What are you guys offering? Who's creating cash? Okay, Jess would love help. Awesome. Yes. Okay, Jess, do you want to hop on a call after this and I can support you that way? Or do you want to help now? Okay, awesome. Cool.
We're just gonna hear a lot of crying. She just woke
Aw.
up. So yeah,
Okay,
I'll just
cool.
touch base afterwards. That'd be great.
Okay, sounds
Just
good.
being on this call has been helpful. So
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to support you. No problem. Cool. All right, guys. So Heather talked about it already. Who else is going to create some cash? Melanie, what's yours? Christina already said hers. Melissa, Annette. Awesome. Annette, what are you going to offer? Are you going to do an easy yes, an irresistible, an exclusive? What are you going to offer? What are you going to price it at? Okay, so easy yes. Amazing. Heather says very helpful. Right, so you guys have to claim something if you want to create cash. So she wants to do a reset cleanse. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Do you need support around that, Annette? Are you good with the time frame and the pricing on that? So once you decide what it is that you want to create, I want you to go back to the number that you said that you wanted to create by the end of the year. How many of those do you need to sell? How many of those do you need to sell? So if you said you wanted to create $5,000 and you're offering a $500 offer, how many of those do you need to sell? If you said you want to create $5,000 and you have a $1,000 offer, how many of those do you need to sell? Okay, so you need to be clear on that. Hi, sweet girl. Oh my God, she's so big, Jess. I can't even believe it. Yeah, so go ahead and pop in the chat how many of your offer do you need to sell? Great, Christina, 4. Fantastic. Heather, 5. Great. Annette says she needs to sell 6. Beautiful. Awesome. Melanie, how many are you going to sell? I just realized too many. Good. That's really good. Okay. Do you guys see why we're doing the math here? Right? It's one thing to say I want to create $5,000 or $1,000. It's another thing to be really clear about what we're offering and how many we need to sell. Right? Okay. Brianna says, I want to do a reset cleanse, an easy offer, and I'm going to make $1,000. You need to sell 2. Beautiful. Okay. Fantastic. Bonnie says 5. Beautiful. Okay, great. So I'm going to take you through 2 more exercises once you know. Okay, so Melanie, 20 at $497. So 4-week online Vision Quest workshop and 5 people VIP add-on support for $497. So is the total amount then that they're going to get 5, 6, 7, $697? 7 something?
Yeah, that would only be for the 5 people, like 697 for, no, it would be
4, 5, 6, 7, 96.
$800 basically.
Yeah.
If for 5 people that
Yeah.
did that. But yeah, I would want, I mean, is that an absurd number or is, I'm not like you, I'm not a quick math girl. So.
That's okay. So let's do the math real quick. So how much did you want to sell? I mean, how much did you want to make? Was it 5,000?
Well, I wanted 5,000.
Okay.
So if
So you
people
need to sell
didn't sign up-
6.
6, okay.
6. Yeah. So you would sell 6. You would sell them the reset cleanse
Oh,
and
no, that's Annette, sorry. Mine's the Vision Quest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're fine.
Yeah, same thing. Okay, great.
Mhm.
So you would want to sell the Vision Quest and then the VIP add-on support. So you would need 6 of those.
Okay. Of both, like the,
Yeah,
okay.
think about that as a bundle.
Okay.
Think about this as a bundle. So what you would do is you would say, I'm offering for 5 people only, or for 6 people only, since you
Mhm.
need to sell 6.
Mhm.
For 6 people only, you can actually have the Vision Quest bundle.
Mhm.
And the bundle includes the whole workshop and one-on-one support. And the one-on-one support looks like this. You have private
Mhm.
Boxer access to me. We're going to meet once a week. You're going to be able to. So, and again, why do they want to have that one-on-one support? So that they can collapse the timeline to whatever it is that they want to create in the Vision Quest workshop.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. How's that feel? When you
Good.
got it in the language around that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's an amazing deal. And so normally, again, you do want to have like the standard rate would be like
Mhm.
typically if you were to buy these 2 separately,
Mhm.
right? One-on-one support with you for a month would be how much?
Well, if my one-on-one support is weekly, I mean, that would normally be $800 for the month.
Okay, great. So they're basically getting the whole Vision Quest workshop for free.
Yeah.
Amazing. They're
Mhm.
saving $300 by bundling it.
Right.
Heck yeah, that's an easy yes offer, and only 6 people get it.
Right.
Yeah. How's that feel?
Good. I mean, but because it's online, I kind of wanted more people, but whatever. I mean,
Well,
I
sell more then. You
okay.
just said we just divided it by the number that you wanted to make. You could
Yeah,
say
yeah,
you've got
yeah.
10 spots available.
Right. Because
Yeah.
would I offer just the 4-week Vision Quest workshop thing without the VIP bundle?
Sure, you could.
Uh-huh.
But
Okay.
I would say I would say offer both. I would say
Okay.
this is a bundle, and when you bundle it, you actually are saving $300,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, Annette, so the Reset Cleanse is going to be $197. You're not sure if you can make it robust enough to charge $497 right out of the gate. So yeah, I would say that a Reset Cleanse for $497. How long is your Reset Cleanse? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 1 month? How long is it? It depends on the amount of time and the amount of 21 days. Okay, so and is it group or is it one-on-one? Group. Okay, great. So for sure, $497 you could actually take somebody through that one-on-one then. So I would absolutely say that that would be a VIP experience for them where they get your support one-on-one for 21 days for $497. Yeah, that's what I would do. Cool. You guys are awesome. Yeah, you're welcome. Totally. So for those of you that are still unclear around what to offer, this is where the 50 ways comes in. And this is a exercise that I use with my clients and that I've learned from multiple coaches in the industry, Fabienne Fredrickson, Sarah Cannell, many people use this. And what you do is you sit down and you think of 50 ways that you can create cash. And it doesn't have to be just in your business. Christina loves this exercise. Yes, I love this exercise too. Yeah, so good. Why do we do this? We do this so that we can get out of our head about thinking that there's one right way or one main offer, one perfect offer. So you just want to write down and legitimately give yourself 50 ways that you could make cash. Doing anything. You could teach knitting classes if you're a knitter. You could sell the, antique kitchen table in your garage because I have one of those. So you could, sell, I don't know, whatever it is that you want to sell. You could clean houses if you had to, right? Like there are multiple ways that you can create income. So just because they go on the list doesn't mean that you have to do them. That's not the point. The point is to get your brain start thinking about all the different ways that you can create cash so that you can see, ladies, there are a shit ton ways of you to make money. There are a lot of ways to create cash. And when you are open to all the different ways that you can create cash, then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, wow. And this sounds like a really good idea, which you might not think about when you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know how to create cash. I need $5,000, but I don't know how to create it. Well, what are all the different ways that you could? This is where we get out of scarcity, and it is an exercise specifically to get you out of looking at what it is that you don't have into what are all the ways that you could. Because that is solving for the right problem. When we ask ourselves, how could I? Now we're stepping into the world of opportunities. And abundance and cash is created from opportunities. I want you guys to write this down. Cash is created from opportunities not yet actioned. Cash is created from opportunities not yet actioned. And so we need to open up to the divine opportunities that are available for us. And in order to do that, we have to get out of our box, right? So what are all the different ways that you could create cash? So you're just gonna make a list of 50. And after you've created your list of 50, then you're gonna come back, and here's what I do. You wanna circle your like top 5 that would be the most fun. Top 5, most fun. I don't want to clean toilets, so I'm probably not going to pick that one. Could I? Yes, I could. If I had to. Not picking that one. I don't want to. It doesn't sound like fun. Right? But what I would love to do would be, right? So then you take a look at the 6 top ideas. And then out of those 6 top, you think about, okay, out of these 6 ideas, which ones would be a really good fit for my ideal clients? Which ones would also fit into either, could I create an easy yes, an irresistible, or an exclusive offer out of these ideas? And then you start thinking about how you can create your package. This is where we get into possibility, right? And then once we have your offer, then you get to start making your love list. So now we're circling back around to where is your ideal client? Remember, this is not for cold leads. This is for people who are already in your world. So renewal campaigns, right? Is this something that you could offer to your client to renew into another experience with you? Is there a next level that they could work with you? Maybe you have a level 1 right now and you decide that you want to create a level 2. Great. That's another option. Right? So remember, we're back to the 4 different types of campaigns that you could run, which would be resale campaigns, which are upsells, renewal campaigns, holiday campaigns, previous lead campaigns. So reaching out to people that, you know, have worked with you in the past or not worked with you in the past. Maybe you were on a call with them in the past and it just wasn't the right time for them. Okay. I am going to pop in the chat for you guys an opportunity for you to join me in the next 48 hours into the Cash Flow Accelerator. So again, I mentioned this in the very, very beginning. This is an opportunity for you to work with me live in 5 weeks. We will have a jumpstart session, and then you will have my personal support in a Zoom room just like this to help you take the idea that you've created and actually implement it. Anybody else have a problem implementing? You're welcome, Bonnie, no problem. Yeah. This is where you get my support to actually implement it so that you come through the other side creating cash in your business. So again, those of you inside of Activate Abundance, you get that for free. I normally charge $1,111 for this. This is a easy yes offer. I'm giving you an example of what my easy yes offer looks like. It's only $497. That link right there, you're welcome. That link right there is going to take you to the page to tell you everything that's included. Okay. The biggest problem that we have is implementation. The biggest problem, and we can see that based on some of the mindset work that we did today, is actually feeling excited and getting all in and taking the actions to actually get the results that we want. It's not just about the information. So I'm sharing information with you here. Absolutely. And if you are 100% that you can take action on this and get the results that you want, amazing, I'm cheering you on. However, if you know that you get stuck in the weeds, if you know that you're not sure what to say to people, if you know that you're not sure how to actually make this work, then I want you to come join me inside of Cash Flow Accelerator. It's only open for 2 days. It's only open for 48 hours. This is not something that you can join later in January. We're only opening it for a very short time, and it's at $497. So you can click that, you can join me, and we will help you create what it is that you want to create in the first month of January. Okay, whether or not you decide that you want to use the same offer that you created today, or whether you want to create a higher ticket offer, which you can do in January too, totally fine. But we've got you, and it is designed to really help you follow through and to have the support that you need so that you can have that action that you're taking, and you know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, what to say when you bump up against those challenges. So that's my invitation to you. So if you want the support, if you want the direct access where you've got my eyes, my ears, my heart on this business with you to create the short-term strategy that you can then put on repeat to use anytime you need it, you do get lifetime access to the Cash Flow Accelerator. So you're going to have access to the replays. You will have access to everything that we talked about. And more importantly than the information is, you get to ask me the questions that you need to take the action. Did you see how many people had questions that were stuck? And once they got their questions answered, a whole new experience opened up, right? That is why we need support. We don't do this on our own. I don't do it on my own. Yep. No problem, Annette. None of us do it on our own. Left to our own devices, we actually don't take action. We just don't, right? So this is creating an accountability container combined with the support and the accountability that you need. Now, if you decide that you want to join me in January, it's actually $1,111. So again, the 48-hour bonus here is only $497. So again, some of you here are already inside of Activate Abundance. You guys get this for free. This is my gift to you for joining me inside of Activate Abundance Academy. So you get that for free. For those of you that are still thinking about joining Activate Abundance Academy, if you want to book a call with me, I'm happy to support you, and you would get the Cash Flow Accelerator for free. All right, I want to hear, what are your takeaways? What are your insights? What are your ahas? What are your revelations? What are your epiphanies? What are you excited about taking action on in your business to create cash before the end of the year? And how is this going to make a difference? If you bring in the $5,000 that you want to create before the end of the year, how is that going to make a difference for you in your business? How is that going to make a difference for you in your life? How is that going to make a difference for the people that you're here to support and serve? I'd love to know. Go ahead and pop that in the chat, or you can go ahead and come off mute. Yeah, Melanie.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. I mean, I think the aha for me was just like kind of reframing each of the different campaign styles.
Mhm.
I was familiar with the different tiers, the strategy, but I think having just the different campaign styles to put that kind of lens on things, and you can kind of craft your offer depending on who you're talking to.
Mhm.
That was a big aha. And I think, you know, offering the one-on-one support with what my intention of what I want to create will actually give so much more value to that.
Mhm.
So that was great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Amazing. Love that.
For me, it's about realizing how you said it's the access to me, and not that they necessarily have to reach the
Mhm.
ideal goal that they have within 30 days. Because I am always stuck on, I want them to hit their goal, you know, because I'm here to support them. So that was a big part of it. But I do have a question about your Cash Flow Accelerator.
Mhm.
For this, since I already kind of have the idea of offering the $1,000, you get to choose either fitness, nutrition, or lifestyle coaching for
Mhm.
technically 5 weeks. So we have a 1-week onboarding period.
Mhm.
And I feel like I can probably kind of get that going in the next week. So would this program help with my general offers, or is it only for another quick cash offer? Like how,
Yeah.
if you can.
Yeah, this is, Cash Flow Accelerator. Actually, let me go ahead and share my screen with you, and I'll share. But this is just a quick cash infusion. So really what we would do is we would dive in for you, Heather, on another cash, cash infusion. So if you feel confident that you can go out, you can create the $5,000 now on your own, amazing. Absolutely do it. And if you want more support with more practical steps and actually having access to your questions when you get stuck, in January, we can actually create another one. And the Cash Infusion or the Cash Flow Accelerator is designed to help you create $2,000 to $10,000 in your business in 30 days or less, right? So today what I taught you was how you could actually create cash quickly, typically in the next week. In the Cash Flow Accelerator, we're going a little bit higher. We're going for 2 to 10K because you've got 30 days of support. Okay, so we're also going to talk about where to find your ideal clients. We're going to talk about specifically, taking a look at, what it is that you have already that we can bundle if we want to bundle, bringing paying clients on, right now so that you can actually have what it is that you want. So it is still the short-term strategy. It is not the long term of how you're attracting cold leads into your ecosystem. So it's not the attraction, it's not the nurturing, it's not the inviting, because that is actually what I teach inside of Activate Abundance Academy. And that's the long-term strategy. This is the short-term strategy. Okay. Yep. And it's not a bunch of recorded videos, right? This is live. You will have access to the recordings, but this is live. Absolutely. So you've got my brain, my heart with you every step of the way. You can also do a payment plan. So it would be 2 payments of $297. It's also going to come with, oh my gosh, I can't believe I totally forgot about the bonuses, you guys. You get the Abundance Journal. You get the list of how to add 100 leads to your list in 30 days or less so that you can actually start working on the long-term strategy. And I'm also giving you my 14-day done-for-you content creator. So these are 14 different ways that you can actually create content, and you have access to all of that. So that is basically 14 different ways that you can create content. It gives you examples, exactly what to do so that you can start showing up and being visible. So we're going to have 5 live calls. There's going to be an exclusive membership portal. You get a course workbook so that you can refer back to that anytime you need it. Again, accountability in groups actually increases your motivation, increases your inspiration, and it helps you take the actions that create the results. Okay, so we're going to start off on January 8th, and then we'll go through for 5 weeks. Awesome. Questions? Do you know when the live calls will be? Yes, they are going to be on Mondays. So we start on January 8th, and they are, I think we've got them at 12 o'clock. But I need to double check that, but I think they're at 12. Yeah. Yep, every Monday for 5 Mondays in a row at 12 o'clock Eastern. Eastern, yep, gotcha. Yeah, you're welcome. Brianna's gone, so I just said you're welcome, and she's not here. Fantastic. Takeaway, offer the cleanse as a one-on-one. Great, Annette, super excited. Jess, do you still want some support while you're here? Yay. No, you're good? Okay.
I actually have a quick question I just thought of.
Uh-huh.
For the $1,000 offer, I assume that's 1,000 paid in full, or should we offer 2 payments within the month? Or,
could.
I mean, it's only going to be like 2 weeks apart, but I'm just in case someone asked, I was curious. Have you ever?
Yeah, so here's it, totally up to you. You can either say that it's paid in full. If they do a payment plan, the payment plan is always going to be a little bit more because you're the bank. You're taking the risk that they're not actually going to, make the payment. Although, of course, we don't ever want to think that our clients aren't actually going to pay, but shit happens sometimes. Full transparency,
Yeah.
right? So the reason why payment plans are more isn't because you're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Punish them for having to make payments. It's actually that they're getting a discount. They're getting a lower rate by paying in full because you don't have to be the bank for them. Yeah. Makes sense? Cool. Yeah. So if it's, depending on what, how long, if it's a month, Heather, then I would say that if you want to take payments and they could put the down payment down, and then they could make the second payment in, 4 weeks, since it's a 5-week session, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing here in the Cash Flow Accelerator. If somebody wants to make payments, it would be $297 now, and then it would be, the next $297 in a month. So it's basically 2 payments of $297. Yeah. Good question. You guys are awesome. Bye, Melanie. Cool. All right. If you have a question, you're welcome. I'm so glad this was helpful, Annette. If you have a question, if you want to have some questions around joining me for Cash Flow Accelerator, feel free to reach out to me. Just reach out to me on Facebook, send me a message. I'm happy to hop on a quick call with you if that would help you make a decision around whether this is the good fit for you or not. But again, it is only open at this rate for 48 hours. So hop in, grab it while you can, and let's go create a cash infusion in January. Okay, no problem, Jess. Okay. Yes. All right, everybody. Have a great day. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.